Hey, welcome to the Backwoods Gourmet. Today I have another easy 30-minute Dutch oven dish for you, and this is a great one for you guys that are just starting out, so stay tuned. So one of the things that a Dutch oven does great is braising and cooking low and slow, or slow and like a pressure cooker. You know, that lid's really heavy. It holds that moisture inside of your Dutch oven, and it makes things speed up cooking, I swear. And you could do this. Today's dish, it was going to be some hearty beef stew. We're going to add a couple twists to it, a little Backwoods Gourmet twist to it. But we're going to do the beef stew, and this works perfect on your campfire where you're not necessarily on heat control. So right behind me over here on the Dutch oven table, I got a full chimney of Kingsford going. Going to be a short cook time, like I said. This is a 30-minute dish. So short cook time, so you could do this on your campfire wherever you're at camp. You know, you got that nice bed of coals. So you don't have to worry about getting that pot really too hot. We have a lot of moisture in there, and more heat's just going to speed up the process even more. So let's get after it. So here's what you're going to need for today's dish. I found these, they called them flank steaks today at the grocery store. They looked really good. They got some fat on them, which I like for my beef stew. But use whatever you got. And hey guys, you hunters, feel free to substitute venison, elk, moose, whatever you got for this. To me, it's still got the bones in it that look like they just took the ribs and cut them the other way and called it something else. I don't know. But anyway, it looks like really good with nice marbling in there. I think they're going to be awesome. All right, next thing you're going to need, let's get through the basics first. Here's some carrots. We just pulled those out of the garden yesterday. We got a nice sweet onion. Also got some of them growing. It's going to be a little while. A couple cloves of garlic. These green peas, I just picked those out of the garden this week also and shelled those. We got 15 pounds of peas the other day. All right, we got some red potatoes. Use whatever kind of potatoes you like. I have some of my homemade brisket and steak rub. Try to leave you the link to how to make that down in the description box below. I got some cornstarch, some better than bouillon, beef broth, Worcestershire sauce, and balsamic vinegar. That's one of my little twists to this. So, and you're gonna need you a couple knives, or one knife, or your hunting knife, or your whatever you got. Okay, today we're going to use our DALSTRONG knives, and I'm leaving you a nice link and promo code in the description box below. So I wanted to show you real quick a great cast iron find that I come across this past week, and that's these trivets right here. These are for setting your hot pans on the table, and they got little feet that stick off there, so that it holds your pan up off of your table so you don't burn your table with a hot pan. And it's a matching set. George and Martha Washington. I paid 14 bucks for the both of them. So we're posting that over on the Facebook Backwoods Gourmet Facebook group, Cast Iron Facebook group also. So if you have not yet checked out the Facebook group for the Backwoods Gourmet, I'll try to remember to leave you a link for that also. All right, right over here we have the Lodge Dutch oven table set up, and I have a full chimney of Kingsford going there. My Dutch oven tools standing by here. Today we're going to use, I think for this amount, we're going to use our 10-inch Dutch oven. So if we'll have to find it in all this cast iron we have here. If you guys haven't been keeping up, yeah, this is our new studio, and yeah, up here we have them all hanging to kind of keep them out of the way. So there's our 10 Lodge shallow right there. So my charcoal is getting really ready, and again I'm going to use this I'm naming it now the Backwoods Gourmet one-line charcoal method. If Minion can call his method the Minion method for smoking, we can call this the Backwoods Gourmet method for Dutch ovens. And just because we need the heat, what I'm going to do also, grab my tongs here, just to keep that even hotter and to get hot faster. For right now, I'm going to go ahead and put that the Lodge 4-in-1 right there on top of the hottest part. And then we'll get our Dutch oven over there and get it preheat. I did put a little olive oil in this Dutch oven just to help out with facilitate the cooking a little bit. You can see it's already starting to smoke a little. We're going to go ahead and start getting that meat in there, start browning it off. Today I want to keep these onions in chunks, so I'm going to cut it with the grain, I call it. Cut across the grain on anything you want those onions to dissolve in. Anything you want them to stay in pieces, go ahead and cut it with the grain of the onion, just like that. You'll notice this DALSTRONG deflector vegetable slicing knife that the pieces of potato do not stick to the blade, and that's the reason for this design. And it just glides through them, but usually if you use a regular knife, those pieces would really stick to your blade and they want to pop up every time. So this makes really nice work of cutting vegetables like potatoes, squash, and other solid vegetables like these. So now that it seems that my pot's starting to cool down a bit, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop it right down. That's why we use this one line method. We can drop it right down right on those coals. Give those another quick little stir. And you see those little pieces of the bones in there, that's going to just add flavor to this. So that's getting very close to being brown. Make sure they all get a good amount of little heat. The browner you get them, the nicer your gravy will be at the end. Alright, so now that we got some good brownness going on them, I'm going to grab our onions from right over on the cutting board, toss them in there. I'm going to get a little brownness on them onions, let them get down in there, start getting cozy with our beef. And that little brownness on them onions is also going to help with the color of our broth. It's about time I stir those onions the first time. Go ahead and dump my potatoes in there. Remember, we're trying to cut down on time here, right? Alright, and at this point, I'm going to go ahead and get our lid. We're going to put it right on there. And that's going to capture the steam and start speeding this process up. And in a little bit, we're going to take some coals and put on top. You're already picking up a little brownness on those potatoes. And it's smelling awesome. So we're trying to make this a 30-minute dish, right? So we're not going to waste much time. We're going to go ahead and put in about 2 cups of water. And we're going to put in our garlic. Put in all of our garlic. I'm waiting to this point to put in the garlic because I don't want to burn the garlic. I took my fork and went away, and I should have stepped in here. Get all my garlic in there. And all my carrots. And I am going to wait on the little green peas since they're very tender. Going to wait on that a little bit, and it's going to turn this into a braise. And we're going to load up the top of that oven with the rest of our coals. So right now is when you can kind of throw up if you're doing this on a campfire, you can kind of throw a log up next to it. We want to get that thing up and boiling as soon as possible. So 5 additional minutes. I'm going to go in there and go ahead and put in our peas. Give them a stir down in there. Give them just till it comes back up to boil. And we'll thicken this up, and it's going to be just about ready. Those potatoes are getting nice and soft. You see, I can crush them right against the side of the pot, and I don't want them to turn to mush. So just as soon as I start seeing the steam coming back out the edges of that pot, that means it's back up to boil. After I put those peas in, I'm gonna go ahead and add cornstarch. This is going to be a by eye thing, guys. I'm not going to give you a measurement on that because it's going to depend on how thick you want your stew. Alright, and I add a little bit at a time. I stir, I wait a little minute, a few seconds. It thickens pretty quick. And I usually end mine when it's just a little thinner than I want it to be at the finish. Okay, and that looks just about perfect. Again, we're overlapping a lot of this cook, and we're doing that so that everything comes together, A, within our 30-minute time frame that we set at the beginning, and B, that everything is ready at the same time. And that's why we did it in the order that we did. Alright, I'm going to put that lid back on in about 5 minutes. That's ready to eat. It's been 31 minutes since we started. We put the first ingredient in the Dutch oven, and this joker is ready. You see that nice dark rich broth we got there. Alright, this is the time you want to check your seasoning, get it their salt level where you want it. I would not put any salt in this dish before you check it. Okay, that beef broth does have a bit of salt, even though I use a low sodium kind. But if you didn't use a low sodium kind, or you use the regular cubes to make your broth, that's going to bring a lot of salt. Okay, if you guys watch me enough, you know that I try to cook low salt just because Mrs. Backwoods does not like a lot of salt. But that looks awesome, and it's ready to serve. So yeah, we finished the whole dish with 1 chimney of charcoal in about 35 minutes. We went over by 5 minutes, sorry, but you know, if you guys got them campfire coals, probably going to go a lot faster. Okay, but that is a beautiful, beautiful stew. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Hot. That is amazing. And that little bit of balsamic vinegar we put in there, that definitely brightens up the whole dish. Plus, it never hurts to have very fresh vegetables right out of your own garden. If you got those, definitely bring them along with you if you're going to do this. If not, it'll still be good, just not quite as good as you grill them yourself. So thanks for coming along while we're making this great beef stew dish in about 30 minutes in a Dutch oven. If you like what we're doing, please smash that like button right down there. To subscribe to our channel, you can do it right over there for another great Backwoods gourmet video. Gonna be right there. And for a whole playlist of cast iron and Dutch oven cooking, it'll be right up there. We'll see you next time. So thanks for joining us on this great, simple beef stew dish. And I'm like Joe Biden right now.